Hi there, folks. This is Hulk Rex. I have a little package here that needs to be unwrapped and showed off. What we have here, I believe, is from Spartan Games. It's a laser cut building. It's a Zeppelin Hanger and a tower set that is supposed to go with the game system, I believe. And it's pull this out here. What we'll probably do today is show this off, and then I will put it together. Get all the pieces out here. Move that off to the side. Lots of little bits here. Actually, this is going to be handy. Is that I have some. I don't know if this is part of the. Yeah, maybe it is. We'll have to take a look at some of this, get pictures out and look at it. But all these individual little bits and pieces that are in here, that looks sort of. Yep. I can use. I have some 15 mil terrain that I'm going to be putting on some MDF fiberboard, and all these little extra bits and stuff like this can be used for rubble. Always make good use of your scraps and everything, because you never know when they might come in handy. I have some other stuff from when I had my painting rack. I have those left over too. So the plan is to go through and pull all the little bits out and use them. So yeah, it looks like here's part of the tower. That's broken. Bent. Looks like the fiberboard got broke in transit. Yeah, you can see it right here where it's cracked, but I don't think the pieces. I'll have to take a look at it, but I don't think the pieces are broke, just bent. This one's just bent from structural bending. It's like something was laying on it. You can see where it's, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little bend in it. I suppose when I get it together, that will help keep it straight. I'm not going to work too hard on straightening that at the moment. You can see on this side where the laser did its number and got everything kind of toasty. Move that off the side for the moment. Alright, here's some extra bits. And you can see here that was, well, those first two were here and here. Looks like there's supposed to be a third one here somewhere. There it is. There's another one. I don't know if that's part of the structural or what until I get to take a look at it. But this is part of it. Do a little cleaning up on these things. Lots of little extra bits and stuff though. Go through, and you can see here you got, this looks like probably the base. It's supposed to be like brickwork or something there. Where's the base at? Here we go. That, yeah, that's probably it right there. I would imagine somehow this is supposed to be on the outside, but I'm not sure exactly how it's going to do it. So, put that off to the side. Here we got some more, looks like rafter structure type of thing. And here we got, looks more of the tower stuff here. Here's the side. That's a side there for the. It's supposed to be like windows. When I was stationed, when I was in the Army, when I first got in, I did before I became a tank armor officer. I did my first initial training. Yeah, it's been 28 years ago. I was on a Air Force base because I was a graphics illustrator. Imagine that. And that was out in Laurie Air Force Base, and they had these big hangars out there, and they had these big foldable. They would fold, and then you could move them off to the side, and they had these big windows in them. So yeah, looks very familiar. So yep, I'm gonna go through this and go through and show all this off. Take everything out, punch all the little bits out, and assemble it, and then we'll come back with the rest of the video showing it all off. This is Hellcorrex. We'll be right back. Howdy folks, this is Hellcorrex. I'm back from cursing and screaming and oh, you name it. This thing was a pain in the behind to put together. I tell you. It is now, when I started putting this thing together, it was 11 a.m. It is now 1 a.m. in the morning. Oh boy. Yeah, I did have about 6 hours in there where I didn't do anything, but what I had to do was, after taking it all apart, cleaning off all the little bits and everything in it, I'd said earlier those bits that were kind of broken, there were, I guess I didn't glue that one together yet, the tower. I forgot all about it. I was spending all my time on this thing. This area right here, I don't know if you can see it very well. See the white right there? That was broken. It did look broken when I was showing you earlier, but this whole piece was crushed. And when I took the little bits out of here, that, you know, the window areas, it just came apart. So I had to glue it together, and I got it reinforced with some paper and everything to try to hold it together. But yeah, that was one of the big problems. And after, you see each place here, you slowly had to carve everything out, and it wasn't completely taken with the laser cut, wasn't a full. It would stop. There's a part right here that's maybe 1/8 of an inch, or about 2 millimeters, somewhere in there, that is fully connected, not even cut at all. So you had to slice and dice and everything, and slowly get it so you could get it apart. And when you did, then you had to clean it up, all the bits and everything. So I was doing some shaving and everything to get it cleaned up. And then after I got done cleaning everything up and fixing the parts and everything, then I said, oh, okay, this looks fairly simple. This goes here, this goes here. Oh, the one cool thing is they're sliding doors. These doors slide open. Yay. Those look cool. So you have a way to look in, and the roof is not connected per se. It just, tension will hold it in there, nice and neat. There you go. So when you're done, you want to put stuff in here, you just pull off the roof. And another thing I noticed when I was looking at the picture, there's supposed to be a tower thing on the top of this, and that didn't come with it. So I don't know where that is at. So I'm going to have to do some contacting and find out where that is, or if that, you know, something separate. But it's supposed to be right there on the top of this little rig-like thing right here. There's supposed to be a thing up here that sits on top like a observation tower, you know, like you would normally see at an airport. And I guess this would be a aerodome, Zeppelin dome, or whatever you want to call it. But then when I was putting everything together, these things are such tight fit. I was trying to get it together, and the other thing is, if you start putting it together, you get to a point where if you put it together, you had to just go with it. You could not pull it apart. If you did, it would start to feel like it was going to tear apart. So you're like, well, got to go for it. And there's one corner right here. For the life of me, I cannot get it to go into the. It's supposed to slot in, kind of like that. It won't. It just kind of like stop. Instead of going completely together, it just maybe I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, just a little bit of space right there. I'd say 1/4 of an inch. Just this one corner right here. Everything else is good. They all went together. And it's also the same place where this was banged up. So I don't know. But anyway, that is the Zeppelin dome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime that. And it's going to be painted, I believe, green. Would probably put some like a tin roof on top. This would be like tin, and the rest of the area is green, and you have all these open windows and everything in there. So that will be it, and you'll be able to see this coming up here sooner or later, and within a week here of updates on this thing. So this is Hellcrix, and you guys have a great day.